Okay, here we go. Welcome back to this stream series where I've been streaming Derail Valley Overhauled update and trying to drive some virtual trains here in VR and hopefully without derailing them or having major catastrophes. And I'll say again, welcome to the chat, Andrew and whoever else may be here. Feel free to chime in at any time and I'll check in every now and then and see how things are going. All right. So this is episode 16, if I haven't mentioned that yet. And so last time what we did is we took this string of cars here, these tank cars from down in the harbor where we loaded them up. And then we took this large diesel locomotive and hauled them over to City Southwest. So I think the first thing we're going to do here today is we are going to unload these wagons. And part of that is going to be testing out a little theory that I have about a shunting hack. That I got this theory based on looking at the assembly for the code while I was doing some modding over the weekend. And I think that we can probably get a Valley record for like fastest shunting job ever. And I mean these are all pretty fast shunting jobs. For instance, this one only takes 10 minutes, but I think we can do significantly better than that. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome to the stream. How are you and Andrew doing today? I see you're both in here now. All right, so let's, as you answer that, let's get into what is this theory. This theory is that you can take a shunting job and move it onto the loading track, start the job, unload or unload it, and then go turn in the job before even moving it to the destination track. And if I'm reading the disassembled code correctly, that should work. And I know that in the past, and I'm not the only one who's demonstrated this, but I and others like Latour have demonstrated that it is entirely possible to stage the cars on the loading track before accepting the job. But we'll see here today if we can also turn in the job before placing them on their destination track. Andrew, you're doing pretty good, and you just got a new puppy. Well, congratulations. What's the puppy's name and breed? Andrew, her name is Belle, and she is a golden doodle. Oh, so cute. That's awesome. I hope that she brings you lots of joy, and that you treat her well, and she grows up to be a very good dog. Alright, so we've got our track set here to be moving into this loading track here, and we'll just be backing it in now. At least I think that I have the track set. Yes, okay. I don't know why it looked weird from the other end for some reason. Whoa! Okay. You'll have to bear with me a moment here. Apparently, it is a critical error that my touch controller's battery is low. So I will need to fix that up here real quick. Note to self, I should, I suppose, replace the controller's battery before every stream. I have rechargeable batteries, so it's not like that's too crazy of an idea, but yep, okay. I cannot see where that, there it is, there's the cover. And I saw a notification earlier that the other one was low too, so I'll take care of that now before I have a problem like this again. All right. Sorry about that, but luckily that's an easy fix. Andrew, you say the diesel sounds awesome. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the horn, but everything else about it is pretty amazing, the way that it sounds. Ryan Rail, ooh, I've never heard the horn before. Do shave and a haircut. I'm not sure that I know what that means. All right. So it looks like we are on this track here. Now, I can't unload it yet, but I think there's a way to see... No, okay. I thought that that machine would show what all was on the track here, but I was mistaken. Just a random boat in the parking lot, I guess? Sure, why not? I just, you know, leave my rusty boats all over the place. Parking lots, stations, freight yards. Where am I even going? Where is this station building? Here we are. Okay, so now so this theory again is if I begin this now, I will run back over to that machine, unload the cards, and then come back and turn it in, and it should actually say that it's complete. So we'll see how fast I can do this. Alright, on the clock now. Racing over to this machine. we are unloading these cars. I'm not even going to wait for it to finish unloading because it can keep unloading as I run over to the station office. And now if I validate the job... Yep. Oh no. Oh, okay. So it does actually check to see that it's on the siding to finish it. Okay. Well, that is that's good. On one hand, you know, sad face that the theory was not correct, but on the other hand, that's probably the way it should be anyway. All right, and it wants me to put these where exactly? A3S. Oh, it wants them in the repair shop here. Interesting, the service track. Well, let's do it. Lieutenant Andrew, the horn sounds like a horn for an Amtrak on Train Simulator. Okay. And Ryan Rail, it's that jingle everyone does. Dawn, 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 bang, bang. Yeah, still don't know that reference. That's plenty of throttle for now. We gotta come back past this switch here. And let's go make sure this other track is set. Alright, we will reverse it up here. But on the topic of the horn, I think some of my distaste for it may actually be due to the filtering that's going on when the cabin is closed. Because it sounds a bit better in my opinion when one of the doors or windows is open and you can hear the unfiltered sound. This is certainly quite the wiggle here that we're heading through. Let's go turn in this job. Not bad, not bad. Happy little squirrel. Alright, what else do we got here? We've got a freight haul to goods factory in town. We've got a logistical haul to the central oil well. And we've got a logistical haul to the farm. I think that I actually want to take all three of these. We can drop these off at the oil well, and then drop these off at the farm. Then as we're going past the steel mill, I'll see if there's anything that I can pick up there, especially if it's headed to like the northeast of the map. I'd especially like to get to Iron Ore Mine East or Coal Mine at some point. And then we can drop this off at Goods Factory in town. Honestly though, Goods Factory in town is like not really on the way. So I think I might just want to ignore that one. It doesn't even really pay that well. Yeah, these both, you know, for being logistical jobs, pay much more handsomely than this freight haul does. Lieutenant Andrew, I do not have that military license yet. Can take a look at the licenses I have here. Got everything on the first page, but yeah, so I still don't have any of the military licenses, nor the Hazmat 2 or 3. We will certainly get there, but I think before we necessarily buy any new licenses today, we'll go ahead and take these jobs. Let's see where this one is, because I can get this train prepared before I deal with that. And I believe it's going to be this string of cars right here. 42, that is the one. I think, like, I would really rather have that one in the front, because then I'd have to do less shunting around. But we can make this work. We can just tack them at the back, and oop, I have... Okay. Yeah. We'll just add them on to the end, and we'll do some switcheroo at the oil well central. Oh, okay. Well, I will definitely need to make sure that I set that track before we get going here. So I do not want to be driving this train backwards down the main line. I think that this should be far enough. I suppose I thought very wrong. Let's hop on back in here. Lieutenant Andrew, I do not still have a shunter at the end of the train. I've just been running the DE6 for right now. it certainly is a little bit more difficult to shunt with, but it's all right. It's not as bad as the steam locomotive. There's the back of the train. All right, and as that comes to a rest, we'll throw some switches here and get lined up to back down on these empty boxcars. Inside, there we go. That one's already off. Alright. I want to be a little bit slower with this move because we are headed towards some other cars here. Don't want to ram into them. Ryan Rail, when you get the chance, look up a shave and a haircut jingle. There are video compilations of trains honking their horns in that pattern. Yeah, I'll have to do that after the stream. See what it is that you are talking about. I definitely need to get up to Machine Factory at some point and buy that remote control. So if you happen to catch my modding stream that happened, what was that, Saturday? Yeah, 2 days ago. I was working on a mod to make jobs persistent, and I'm still definitely working on that, but I will mention that I am running things vanilla right now. So yeah, this is all vanilla gameplay right here. Although I may, as I do get that finished up, I may go ahead and cut the stream over to using that mod. But we will see how that goes, and that will probably depend on, you know, the outcome of my modding efforts. Interesting. That would be a difficult siding to shunt to and from. Okay, but so we've got this train all set up, and the track is aligned for us to exit to the east. We've got pressure in the pipes. So let's get things underway here. And as the train is starting to get up to speed, we'll go and start the timer on these jobs. Andrew, you say, do you do different liveries for the engines too? I do not currently have that mod installed, although I have been checking out the Nexus Mods website, I think it's called, and there's a lot of really cool skins on there that I would certainly love to try. So if I do cut things over to use my mod for jobs, I will probably at that same time take a look at adding in the what do you call it? Custom skins. Yeah, adding in the custom skins mod as well. Can probably take things a little bit faster here. We're still coming out of the yard there, but I think we can probably do all right with a little bit more speed. Let's make it a little quieter in here. That'd be nice. Lieutenant Andrew, you say, is there a Pennsylvania Railroad for the steam engine? Yes, there is, and that is actually one of the ones that I really want to try out at some point. Yeah, Pennsy really knew how to paint their steam locomotives. Just that dark red on the cab roof and on the top of the tender, plus the dark gray at the front of the boiler. It's just, such a classic look. All right. I think we want to be slowing down for this turn a little bit. Yeah, Ryan, that's just the words I have for it. Andrew, I liked the keystone on the front of the engine, made it look less bare. Yeah, I'm actually not a huge fan of the default Steam skin. It just looks very bland and very plain. So I'm definitely excited to load in some Steam skins at some point. And you know, I've been looking around at some of the other skins too. I've definitely got plenty of DE6 skins set aside, but not super happy with the Shunter skins that exist. It definitely seems to get a little bit less love, and I think sometimes too things just look a little silly on it at times. But and honestly, the yellow of the default skin is not really that bad. Alright, I think we're probably out of that corner. This is certainly a long train that we're hauling here. I'm going to take a look at this drop that we have to do. We're dropping it in B6S. Let's take a look at where that is. I think... Which one is... Oil well central. Oh man, scrolling through this book is a pain in VR. Oh, here we go. B6S is on the right. You know what? Let's just take a gamble here and see if this track is clear. And it's not. Oh man. That is unfortunate. Okay. Well, yeah, okay, so we'll take a moment here then to, let's see, how do I want to do this? I want this one to be open, this one to be closed, and we're just going to push it backwards, but we're going to keep the brakes released on the boxcars until we slow down the rest of the train. Ryan Rail, I saw a BNSF skin on the shunter. Me and Lauter laughed at it. Yeah. Yeah, some of them just look ridiculous. I may have even seen that same one at some point. I actually was checking out some of the skins just before the stream, and I saw one that was, I think it was RBH. And it honestly looked pretty good. It was mostly like a light gray with some blue on the front and the back, and just some lettering on the side. And that was definitely one of the more promising shunter skins that I've seen. No, not yet, not yet. Oh, yes. Okay, we are clear. Oh, that's good. All right. So, okay, we are building up some pressure here. Definitely probably would have been better to have not made that mistake in the first place and pulled the boxcars in here on the main line, but here we are doing this, and I'll just have to run back a little bit further to retrieve them once we've spotted these cars. I imagine they're probably going to be a little bit of a pain to spot as well, since the siding has some cars in the center of it, and this train here is pretty long, 15 cars in total. We may even be exiting the job spawn range at the front of the yard here, which is unfortunate, and that is what I plan to fix with that mod that I'm working on. Or at least one of the things that I plan to fix. Yes, okay. So, oh. Nope, okay, come on. Alright. So, we throw this one, and we'll be coming all the way down here. This single car. Why? I'm actually just also kind of curious what jobs exist in here. There's a freight haul to harbor. No, everything's going to harbor. Not interested. I want to go northeast. Alright. Although, you know what? Just in case, because I think we are going to hit the job respawn limit here, so I'm going to test out another theory that I have, which is to take some random job that I don't care about, and whenever you take a job from a station, theoretically it increases the distance, and honestly I can just kind of toss that wherever for right now. It theoretically increases the distance at which you have to go to get the jobs to respawn like that. So hopefully this will mean that all the cars that are in the station stay where they are, and we don't get any surprises, like randomly there are now more cars spawned on the track where we're spotting these. Andrew, you say, to be fair, there aren't many shunters that look like that, at least to your knowledge. And Andrew, you also say most shunters I know of look more like the reverse cab of the D6. Yeah, certainly nowadays as well, shunters have gotten much bigger than they used to be, and I'm not sure that we really used anything that looked like the DE2 here in America anyway. Which I suppose perhaps that's a bit presumptuous of me to think that you are also here in America, but certainly I know from my own experience we don't have shunters like that here. And I guess you were telling me that there probably are not shunters like that wherever you are as well. Yeah, we are certainly going to need to push that lone tank car out of the way. So give it a little bit more oomph here. It should be going under 5 kilometers an hour though, so no need to worry about striking this other car too solidly. As we're taking a moment here to shunt these rail cars to their destination, I will remind folks that I am running a fundraiser that supports Advancement Project. And they're a group dedicated to the advancement of people of color and here in America, which if you've seen the news, you'll definitely know that they need a lot of help right now. And of course the news is dying down about the protests now that they're not as incendiary as they were before. But of course that does not mean that the work is over. So we definitely had a donation on the stream last time, and so I have to say a thank you to the generous $20 donation that we received last time. But of course, you know, this is a hard time for a lot of folks, so any amount goes a long ways towards helping them out. And of course, there is also a raffle associated with that. If you donate $5 or more, you can enter to win a copy of Derail Valley. I know some folks have mentioned that they already own the game. So definitely open to suggestions on other rewards that folks might be interested in for those of you who do already own the game. Certainly, if you have friends who don't have the game, you could always sign up their Steam ID to be the beneficiary of the raffle. If you think that they would appreciate the game and you want to make a donation. And of course that raffle unlocks once we've reached $120 of total fundraising. So there's a link in the description to that, and that's where you can find it if you want to donate yourself, or if you want to send that link along to someone else who might be interested. Either in the rewards or just has a kind spot in their heart and perhaps some spare cash to do some good with as well. But now that we've spotted these cars, and I realize also now that we've forgotten to turn the job in for them, how fast am I going here? I'm going pretty fast. Let's put the brakes on here a bit more, and let me just dash on over to the station building here. And I think that was this one. No, I was wrong. That was this one. Alright. We'll take some money. We'll reprint this. This is the one that I want. You're the one that I want. Do-do-do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We'll just get rid of that. We didn't actually want to take that job. We just wanted the cars to not despawn from the yard as we moved too far away. And now we'll finish backing down on these boxcars that are headed to the farm, and we'll tow them where they need to go. Oh, you know what? I know what happened. this was already open and I closed it. Alright, so we're building up some brake pressure here. As we do that, let's take a look at where these are headed. They're headed to B1S. Nice try, job booklet. Okay, come on. There we go. So let's take a look at the farm and see where this is. Definitely not done a whole heck of a lot of work at the farm, so it is it's one of the stations I don't know quite so well, but it looks like B is the yard that's right on the main line, and that should orient it roughly. I think it said, was it 1S? I think it was 1S, which means we'll be going all the way to the right. Yes, it was 1S. Alright, we got some brake pressure here. Let's get underway. Lieutenant Andrew, I love that movie. Forgive my short-term memory, but what movie? Oh, I already threw that, I guess? Oh, right, because we came from the other end of the yard. Oh, Grease. Yeah. Yeah, I was singing that song, wasn't I? Those trees there are definitely set up to catch you off guard with these points as you come around the corner. Oh, and it looks like I made the right choice here to come through on the main line. Since there are some cars stored on that storage track. Alright, I think we may... Okay, we're getting close to far enough here. Just a little more. There we go. I'll just hit the brakes from the back here. Allow it to stop. I do also just want to take a peek at what jobs we have available here. Let's see. We've got a freight haul to food factory in town, logistical haul to, yeah, pretty much looks like everything's going to, is either some shunting work or it's headed to food factory. And then there's this one logistical haul that I'm not interested in. Okay. So then, we shall go ahead and back this train into the track where it needs to be. I think I will need to contend with some empty hopper cars that are there. So probably want to not take it too fast. I'll probably need to also stay at this end of the train because there's no platform at the end of these boxcars to stand on. So I'll need to operate everything from back here. Alright, it's just these two cars here, looks like. Whoa. Alright, it looks like we're on the track here. So we'll pump the brakes. Go ahead and, actually let's go ahead and turn this job in first. I don't think I'm gonna get time bonus on it, but just get in the habit of doing that first. Yeah, certainly no time bonus there. Money is money though. Right, so let's disconnect from this train. I just want to hear it beep at me. Is it going to beep at me? No, it doesn't even know. Doesn't even know. I imagine because both of the brake valves are closed. Alright, so let's just run light power over to the steel mill and see if there's something there that we can pick up. Although I realize now, oh, steel mill has diesel service, yes. Okay, that's good. Because we are running out of fuel here. Although not desperately so, we're down to half a tank. But certainly if we're going to be doing anything long distance, we'll want to get some more. Especially if we're headed somewhere that doesn't have diesel service. Well, it sounds like someone found their car, so good for them. Alright, let's take a peek at what we've got in the yard here. And, honestly, I don't know. Yeah. Looks like, so far, nothing that would really be of interest. So it looks like most things are going to be headed probably to the harbor or the machine factory. Or I suppose some things occasionally go to City Southwest. Or do they? No, I don't think they do. I think I'm getting my streams mixed up and forgetting what went where. But maybe this will be where not yet having that mod made will give us an advantage. Although this is probably not quite far enough for that to kick in. Alright, I'm gonna want to run on down to the end of the train here, because I want to make sure that we're headed to the right track. Can't exactly tell what those cars are in the distance. If they are hopper cars, then we may yet have at least a logistical haul that would be nice to take. Oh, and there's some more back over here as well. Yeah, so we may yet have some jobs that are interesting here, or at least interesting to me, specifically in where I want to head in the map. Let's go a little bit slower as we enter this service shed. Alright, there we are. We can go ahead and cut the power. And let's take a look at the damages here. Alright, no body damage. Yes. Just a little bit of engine damage, and a little bit of wheel damage as well. And I believe we did not use any sand. Yep. So, alright, not so bad. $12,000 for a few shipments. So certainly not too bad. Really, I do really love the addition of these little indicators so that you know when you are in range of the repair machine and the service machine. I'm really glad they added that. It certainly looks like there's more than one station that have a damaged car sitting outside. Harbor's got another one too. Actually, this makes me wonder, can I hop down in here? Oh, alright, that's pretty cool. Oh man, imagine if, I think I mentioned it on a previous stream, but there's some folks talking about like doing a challenge mode where you don't use the dash/teleport feature, and if you got stuck in, well, actually, I guess you wouldn't be able to get up onto the top of that boxcar in the first place, but certainly if you somehow found a way inside, you would be SOL. Let's take a look here. Oh man, these two are going to the farm. Thought that they might be going to the one of the iron ore mines or the coal mine, but no such luck with that. Looks like, yeah, we've got some machine factory and town jobs, some harbor jobs, but nothing headed northeast. Honestly, this might be the point where I just check out the fast travel feature. Let's see, I think this is environmental emissions. Oh no, locomotive damage to... Interesting. Oh, you know what? I bet this is from moving it to the other track in the roundhouse back at the harbor. Well, I'm not looking at any new licenses right now anyway, but I am curious to take a look at the emissions for the big diesel. Wait a minute. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, so apparently as you emit more pollutants, you get less leaves on the tree, less crops in the field, the flowers have lost their luster, and the windmill appears to have lost a blade, and there's a dead fish floating in the river, and the squirrel is looking a little concerned there. He says, "Hey buddy, what you up to? These snow-capped mountains are melting here." Well, okay. Anyway. Yeah, Lieutenant Andrew wished there was an easier way to tell when the end of the train passes the speed zones. That certainly would be nice, and perhaps that's what we'll get when the caboose becomes available. Yeah, we're all serviced up here, so I think I'm going to go and now here is the here's the real question. I'm wondering if I should take this locomotive with me to the coal mine, because I think I want to run some coal, because I haven't done that. But yeah, definitely wondering if I should take this locomotive or hope that there will be a steam locomotive there, or perhaps another one of these. But what? Not exactly sure that the window is supposed to open that way, or be able to do stuff like that. Okay, I'm having too much fun with that. I think I'm gonna fast travel here, and we're gonna try this out. $7,500. Yeah, we can afford that. We're fast traveling to the coal mine. Let's do it. I like it's got the payment sounds there. as you do that. And I'm certainly wondering what that looked like for y'all. For me, it was the standard VR loading screen. All right, so here we are at the coal mine. Suppose it's a little bit less exciting to fast travel in here. I think I might have been standing on this handle or something. That was pretty funny. Yeah, certainly appear to be standing on that little handle. Anyway, but yeah, certainly less exciting to fast travel to a location like that, but I definitely wanted to check this place out. And are there really no coal trains here? Really? Well, there was a steam locomotive. Yeah, wow, that is actually really disappointing. I would have expected there to be more here. And especially to have fast traveled for it. Well, we've got some coal going to the steel mill that we could take. And we might actually could even link it up with some ore coming from the ore mine. Hopefully have some more to do there than there is here. Little lackluster turnout. I think I'll go ahead and take this, but now it's actually got me wondering if I should perhaps take the steam locomotive instead. Yeah, you know, I think I want to keep using the big diesel for now. Alright, so I'm not like worried about this time or anything, so I'll just go ahead and validate up front. We'll hop over into the cab here, and of course we'll have to go through the startup sequence. Still throws me off to hear that pitch descend while the locomotive is starting up. Would definitely expect it to be an ascending whine. Whew, my controller just floated off into space. Alright. Let's move around here and grab some coal-laden hoppers and head on over to the ore mine and check out what's available there. There's certainly a little bit more detail here than there was before the Overhauled update, but I think overall this one hasn't changed too much. But certainly the military vehicles, the excavator, all of those are new features to the environment. I believe perhaps the giant piles of coal in the center as well, but not quite so sure about that. I honestly didn't make it out to the coal mine very much before the update. And of course, this is my first time here post-update, so cool to check it out, see what's around. Lieutenant Andrew, it's gonna be cool to see military jobs. Yep, certainly will be. We'll get there eventually. I think that's the way we want to go. Yeah. Okay. Oop. I have fallen off there. And that is, that's coming up right quick. So let's throw on the brakes and hope we don't slam into them. Ah! Okay, we've certainly got more room here. Okay. Sure. Alright, we're hooked up to some coal hoppers here. We'll wait for some brake pressure and we'll be heading off. Andrew, that was a close call. Yeah, it certainly was. I didn't realize how close to this end that they were, but I suppose these sidings over here are much shorter than the ones on the other side. Actually, let me take a look at what is over here. Are these storage tracks? Oh, these are only storage tracks over here. So on this side we have inbound, outbound, about here, outbound storage. Yeah, there certainly seems to be a plethora of storage tracks available, and not quite so much like outbound tracks. So you'd think that a location that does a lot of export would have more outbound tracks, but I'm gonna move out of my play zone here for a moment and close this door. It's getting a bit cold. Somehow it seems to be tracking me. That was actually pretty impressive. I'm surprised that it tracked me so well there. Let's build up some speed, try to get some momentum for this hill. I did not see what the last speed sign rated us for, so we'll take a look at what this one has. And it's got a speed limit of 90. So we'll take things a little bit faster here. And we got one with 60 coming up. Go figure. Oh, and 50 after that. How about that? Well, the big diesel certainly takes this hill with ease. Granted, we also only have 3 cars behind us here. Definitely hoping to pick up a little bit more at Iron Mine East. Well, we've certainly overshot the target a little bit there. But that's not the worst thing. Let's actually run all the way down here. I'm kind of thinking I might actually like to park those hopper cars right here and then take the diesel in on its own, just to make shunting a little bit easier. But you know what? I actually don't think that that's going to matter all that much if I've got some cars attached. Is there, well, there is. There is a spot where you can hang on to the railing here, it looks like. It feels a little bit bouncy here. Certainly is not easy to cancel dashing. Lieutenant Andrew, you say, bet this is much easier to haul with on hills compared to the steam engine, lol. And yeah, it certainly is. I definitely want to get more practice on the steam locomotive at some point. But for right now, you know, I'm having fun using the diesel and just getting the job done. Now, somewhere over there is a switch. There it is. All right. Alright, this is even ground here. Oh, that window's not wanting to close there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and brake. I actually probably should have come a little further along, but I would like to see what is available here and figure out what I want to take before I do that. Let's see. And there is no locomotive back here. Actually, I think that was one of the things they fixed. Was they prevented locomotives from spawning on the service track. I remember someone, maybe it was Bolt, ran into the problem where he was trying to service a locomotive. Oh, that looks nasty. That that bend in the track right there. But yeah, he was trying to service a locomotive here. Granted, though, it was a shunter and there's no diesel service here, but there was a big diesel in the way. Which was no good. That was early on and he had no license for it. So what do we got here? We've got a couple trains headed to the steel mill. Yep. We're just gonna take them all. What? Taking new jobs until your debt has reduced. Ugh. That is always super annoying. It probably wants me to... Damn it. Why? Is it just this one maybe that it wants? Because I'm not using it or something? Which if it is, that's dumb. Yep. Apparently so. Come on. Alright, so which one of these do I want to pick up first? Excuse me. I think I want to pick up this one first, because I don't want to have to take a big long train over this nonsense going on here. So let's line up these tracks and go get us a train. Andrew, that looks like it could cause some derailments for sure. Yeah, that, oh, come on. Come on. Tracking on, my VR system is a little spotty today, it seems. Oh, have I haven't already, no, yeah, I haven't reached them yet. Yeah, that is, something there. I want to get a good look at how everything looks coming through there once we couple up with the rest of these. Well, I think we, yep, we have reached them. Nope, that's not it. One more. There we go. All right. Really? Oh. Did not realize the throttle was still on. So it looks like we've got brake pressure. Right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's certainly some wiggling going on in there. Oh. think I stopped a bit short there, unfortunately. There we go. Alright, now I think I've cleared that switch. And it looks like the locomotive brake and it alone is not enough to keep things in place. Let's go ahead and take the shorter of these two first. We're just gonna let gravity do the work here. At least for the moment. Yeah, Lieutenant Andrew, onwards, but not just yet. We've got 2 more jobs to pick up here. And how about that? We don't even need to change the reverser because we never put it in reverse. So we did experience a little bit of wheel slip there. Right. We are beginning to slip backwards here a little bit. Honestly, I do kind of want that. Let's see if... yeah, that's more like what I want here. So let's throw that switch, and I believe that is the other one that we're going to want. Yes, okay. Now let's catch back up with our locomotive. I'm gonna actually take off the brake. Right, where is... Here we are. All right, so just to check, we've got job 7. We've got job 55. We've got job 85, and then up at the front we should have job 74 still. Yep. Okay. Let's hope we can get out of here. This is certainly a long and heavy train. Lieutenant Andrew, you say, I have the Soldier's Summit map for Train Simulator. It is hard to get up and even harder to control going down, especially when the limit most of the downhill is 30. It sounds like it'd be pretty tough. What kind of locomotive are you taking on that run? Let's go ahead and use this sand here because I think we want to get as much momentum as we can to escape this yard. Can we turn it off yet? Nope, not yet. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of wheel slip there. But we honestly don't want to be going too much faster just yet. In fact, we want to just turn the throttle off entirely, because we are starting to head downhill. Let's see how our speed's doing here. Doing all right. I want to see if I can get a little view of this coming over the bridge here. Maybe another good one would be up here, on top of these this very jagged landscape. Let's take out the map here and just keep an eye on where we're headed. I do believe we're coming up on a junction here. Yeah, alright. Because we want to head down to the steel mill. Oh, that was actually set in our favor. I think the headlights don't work. Yeah, not yet. Alright, I think this is that big long tunnel. We come around to the other side. Interesting that we get reflections of mountaintops while we're inside a tunnel. Definitely needed to throw on the brakes pretty hard there. So we got this tight 40km/h corner, and we had plenty of extra speed. I'm definitely just letting the hill do its work here, as we are coming up on a junction that I believe that I will need to throw, and we'll run a little bit more efficiently that way as well. Well, that hill certainly creeps up there. Oh, and we need to be going 30. Well, let's hope that's not a hard and fast, because we are definitely not going 30. Alright, glad that there's some what do you call it? Headroom. Glad that there's some headroom there for the speed around that corner. And we're getting on some more level ground, so we'll need to throttle up here and get a move on. It's in Andrew. It's fun doing tight turns at high speeds, lol. Yeah, sure is. That certainly seems to be the story of that hill. You descend and gather speed, and then right at the bottom there's lots of tight corners. Ryan Rail, love that sound over the switch. Yeah. That is a really nice sound. And Lieutenant Andrew, view of that lake from the cabin is beautiful. Yeah, I can't quite see it from here, but certainly was before, and we'll get another glimpse coming up soon enough. Let's go ahead and throw on some speed here. Ryan, well, you can, but you'll have to pay it back, and that's never fun. Yeah, certainly. Alright, now I know the bend at the other end of this bridge is going to be a 60 km/h speed zone, so I'm not going to get too speedy here. We will bring the speed up there a bit. There's that view of the lake again. Certainly nice to see out of the cab. And this side as well. They're definitely moving at a good clip. Let's take a moment here to see A6I, B3I, B3I. Alright, so most of the train is going to B3I. Definitely taking some risks here on this turn. And yeah, I've overrun that a little bit. Oops. Well, we better take the train brake off and work on pushing it back a little ways here. Yeah, it's not going to be worth fighting the brake. Yeah, Andrew, I definitely was going a little faster. It's fun though, you know? Nice to take those yard points at like 60 kilometers an hour instead of the rated 30. That's actually all we need there. Because this is it's one of the coal hoppers, I believe. Come on, give me up top. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this one contains coal. And ooh, actually I should have probably looked at this side. Well, you know what? Let's see if it will validate. Although it certainly does appear to be not quite where it needs to be. And I definitely think the rear and center ones will validate for sure. Let's see about that one. Aha! Nice. And even got the time bonus on those. Oops, that is not the right button. Yeah, 37 out of 44 minutes, and that included shunting them together up at the ore mine. So that is nice to see. And we're certainly looking a little close here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just push this back just a little more. Yeah, and there's our 3 hopperfuls of coal. Actually, I could also do this, because this one's closed, and then if I leave that one open, as I pull away here, it will set the brakes. Ryan, plowing into steel mill a bit, are we? Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Lieutenant Andrew, not bad. The diesel is pretty fast. It certainly is pretty quick. And it also helped that we were headed downhill. Alright, I think I know what I want to do here. Oh, that was unexpected. Guess I need to check all of my switches before I move around. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ouch. Oh, man. How did that happen? Oh, you know what? I must have thrown the wrong switch when I started to back up. That is very unfortunate. Well, I've probably done some damage there. Seeing as my map flew out of the cab. It's a pretty good indicator. Ryan, better check the car damage? Yeah, I will check it eventually, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it at this point, so it definitely doesn't really make much sense to stress about it. See, this is headed to A6I, which is... Alright, just in there, and then back that way. I'm gonna try to do something here. We'll see how it goes. But since these cars are on the wrong end of the locomotive for me to shunt them into the siding normally, I think I'm gonna do something a little more fun. Actually, before I go too far here, I'm gonna see if there's a job in here that I can use to test my theory. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take this one. And yeah, don't care about that. Let's see if that will keep things where they are a little bit longer. Because I certainly need some extra space here for what I'm about to do. And part of that is going to require me to, actually not that one just yet, but I will need to set a few other switches like this one, and this one as well. Okay, so let's see, we've got locomotive brake is on, train brake is off. Alright, so we have no train brake, but we are still coupled, which of course the control tower is not going to like, but it's gonna have to deal, because what we're about to do here is we're gonna try to do some some interesting shunting work. Oh, no, I couldn't do it in time. Damn. I am stuck. Okay. Alright. I don't have train brake right now anyway. Man, I feel like that could have worked, but it just did not quite go as planned. Let's maybe try it one more time. Might need a little bit longer of a running start there. Okay, and last time, I believe the rear car was right about there, so we'll make sure to go a bit further than that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some more momentum. Hey there, Foxy. You're late again. Yeah, that's all right. But you're here now, so hope you enjoy the stream, part of the stream that you do get to see. And of course, there's always the replay, which you can catch up on later if you'd like. Alright, let's see. I think that's about what we want to get up to here. And then I just want to reach down and, yes, do that. Oh. Fuck it. YOLO. Oh! Okay. Okay. Okay, alright. I think this is going a bit fast, and I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to, yeah. Oh, okay, yes, this is right where I want to be. We want to get some braking going on here. They're certainly going at a good clip. I think we should have enough momentum now. And we hopefully won't smack into the end too hard. All the pressure's out anyway. Well, this may actually be perfect shunting here. Alright. Well, okay. So for as difficult as that was to set up and to execute, that actually turned out pretty well, I'd say. And I also think that taking that one other job certainly did succeed in keeping the rolling stock as it was in the yard. Because this right here appears to be that same train that we brought in originally. And I bet we'll see also, based on, yeah, the damage that's done to it. Well, it's like, come on, like, how do you really damage iron ore or, like, coal? You know? Oh, wow. We did, yeah, we did some pretty good damage here. Yo. Whew, wow, how far does this go? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5. Looks like 5 cars worth of damage over here. And on this end, yeah, these are all damaged. All 3 of them. And cargo on the last 2 as well. It makes me wonder if I've done damage to the locomotive. Oh, where did it... Oh, there it is. Okay, it stopped pretty short. I forgot about that. And of course on the road crossing as well. And yeah, it looks like I've done a little bit of damage to the locomotive. Whoops. Yeah. Ooh, what is this exclamation point? Tell me about that. Heavy damage. Does it just mean it's heavy damage? Oh, I wonder if... No, this also says heavy damage. Maybe it's just because it's a lot? I don't know. Why is that an exclamation point? Tell me about this one. This one is light damage. But still nearly $14,000 worth of damage. Ouch. Yeah, and the squirrel is still concerned. Uh-huh. Ryan Rayleigh, yeah, you say it's not the load that I broke, but the car itself, wheels, frames, buffers, etc. I agree with you to a certain extent. Right, because that's definitely what the car damage is. But the cargo damage, you know, it is listing as coal. Like, I have damaged the coal, which I imagine, you know, might equate to, like, having it spill over the sides if it was IRL. Something like that, where, you know, it's been lost, not necessarily, like, damaged. But yeah, it still it reads kind of silly. And yeah, that's a big bill, but that's what insurance is for. So, oops. Speaking of insurance, I wonder if it would be reasonable to can I get that other one? I want to get like the far one. Yeah, okay, that's not happening. Maybe on this side? No, yeah. The targets for the switches is always a little troublesome, especially in, well, I suppose in VR there's, you know, you can even like go out to the side and stuff, which occasionally helps. Whereas you can't do that with keyboard and mouse, so yeah. I guess it's just a little tough to hit the switch target pretty much in any environment. Anyway, I'll go ahead and shut this down for the day, as I will be wrapping up here shortly. I think there was something I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to see if just paying this through the career manager would be more efficient. How much? Insurance only needs you to pay $58,000 to clear all the fees. Oh, so I wonder if paying... So if I pay $58,000 total, I think it will clear everything that's left. Which in that case makes me want to keep this here, because then I think I'll ultimately be paying less. But yeah, I think I'll take a... I'll deal with that off the stream. For right now, I'll just take a walk up here on top of this roof and wrap things up. There's yeah, that locomotive we were using today. But I'll catch up on the chat here before we go. Ryan Rail says, okay, yeah, that's kind of weird how it counts as cargo damage. The Lieutenant Andrew says it could have been a lot worse. At least I was still on the track and it wasn't almost completely wrecked. Yeah, that's certainly true. I think I was able to hit the brakes at the last moment there and at least slow down a little bit, but certainly was not at all what I intended to have happen. But yeah, we'll figure that out. I'll either figure it out off the stream or we'll figure it out together next time. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and thank you for keeping me company, Ryan and Andrew. And Foxy, I hope that you've enjoyed this tail end of the segment here, and you can always catch up on that replay once it posts. But yeah, thanks for joining me here tonight, and I will see you next time.